Welcome back. This is Doug with Basement Level Magic. We are back in round one. We're playing red-black. We won the die roll and we're going to go first. So how do we feel about this hand? It certainly needs a land to get better, but I think if it gets a land or two, it becomes quite good. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. I want to thank everyone for their likes, for the new subscriptions. It really does mean a lot to us and I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed or liked a video and you are enjoying our content, please go ahead and think about doing that. We'd really appreciate it. Keeps us going, lets us know that you're liking what we're doing. Because we're certainly having fun doing it. But it's nice to know somebody's out there, you know, getting some benefit from it. Alright, so the question becomes, do I landfall, create a elemental token, and attack with it? Or do I simply attack with the Akum, Stonewalker, and Sure Strike? I think that's the way to go. I doubt that he blocks here. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we're totally fine with that. Let's see what he's got for us here. So far a white-red devoid deck, which is kind of an odd combo. So his devoid spells must be primarily red, as I don't really think there are any in white, right? Alright, so our 4th mana, we have a couple options here. We can landfall, and then I think what we want to do is, I think we want a Mortuary Mire for no value, unfortunately. Because that allows us to hit 5 mana next turn, play our Night Watch, which is a big and significant body at this point in the game. But we do miss out on some value. No blocks is exactly what we'd expect. Let's see what our opponent has for us here. Alright, so all these 2 power and 2 toughness and 3 toughness creatures actually are pretty good for us. Also having another Sure Strike is pretty good for us. So I can play a land. I think we'll go ahead and pay for the elemental. Attack with both. I think that keeps us aggressive. We didn't develop the board much, but playing against white, he may be waiting to, I forget what the name of the card is, the one that allows you to do a certain number of damage to attacking creatures. He may be waiting for some value in order to use that card, which the Class 3 Night Watch really shuts down. So if we do pull a land, though, we can both play the Malachor Familiar and use the landfall trigger on the Stonewaker, which would be a pretty good play for us. Opponent's going to get in for 4, so he must have a follow-up play. Yep, cliffside lookout, which is just a 1-1. Totally fine. Alright, so we did pull the land. So the question becomes, do we want the Night Watch, do we want the Overseer, or do we want the Familiar? So I think probably to just stay aggressive, I want to go ahead and do the landfall, pay my 3. See if he's willing to sacrifice his Cliffside Lookout. He is not. Play my Death Touch creature, which does not hold back his Belligerent Whiptail if he has a landfall. But since he's so far been unwilling to block these... oh, there we go. He's been unwilling so far to block the elementals. I think he probably will continue to be. I don't know how many more lands we're going to draw. We've hit like every land drop. But attacking with the 2-1 in the air, as well as the elemental, is a pretty good attack. And opponent keeps using mana. I guess he wanted to get the landfall trigger, but I probably would have left up the Cliffside Lookout just to see if there were any blocks. Okay, so we have the same option again. Opponent's been attacking us for 4. It looks like he's going to have a better attack coming here pretty soon. So do we want to... Because we could play the Ghoul Draws Overseer and keep the mountain in our hand. Unfortunately, it's not a swamp. Or we could play the Calastrian Night Watch. I think we played the Overseer. And hold the land. And we'll stay back. Because he now has the ability to get ahead of us on the race. And if we draw the right combination of cards here, we might be able to get through in the air. Opponent only has 2 cards. There's not a whole lot we can do about that Belligerent Whiptail, so we're taking 4 here. Alright, so other creatures, so it doesn't get the trigger itself, so I can attack. So I don't want to play a land until after I... No, unfortunately I have to. That's a bummer. See, what I was thinking was that I could use the landfall trigger to get the 2-0 on my elemental, which definitely changes the clock, but it doesn't look like I can do that. So maybe in that case we... So what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have 7 lands. Oh, I could have done it. I just had to put them on the stack correctly. Yeah, I put him on the stack backwards. That really sucks. Uh, so I think we're not dead next turn because he has to block, right? So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, he has to block one thing at least. So what do we keep back? Because if he just blocks with the... So he has to take this 3, 6. So if he blocks 1 with the 1, 1, he only takes 9. Oh, man. If I just played... Okay, so the two things would have won me the game. One is playing the swamp, and two is... stacking the triggers correctly. Good news is I can do it again next turn. He blocks nothing, which tells me he thinks that he can win somehow. So I definitely want to make sure that I've blocked appropriately. So he landfalls, hits me for 1. Nothing has trample though. So I'll have lethal next turn anyway in the air, unless he removes a creature. So he has to do something. Yeah, I fouled this game up pretty bad. I definitely had the win. If I just stacked the... if I had played the swamp and stacked correctly. Or both. One or the other, or both. An opponent may just be dead. I don't know what's in his hand. That could be what he's considering. I mean, I don't think he is though. Interesting. Okay. I have to assume that's what he wanted. I think he had to attack with both things. So he just dies in the air? Yeah, if he had attacked with the tunneling geopede as well, and then pumped with the cliffside lookout. Oh, I see. So... So I probably need to use the complete disregard this turn. Because... So what do I have? So I need to have a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I do. Because he's tapped out and can't use his cliffside lookout to pump currently. So what do I kill? Probably the first striker, right? I can't. So in that case, either of the 3 power creatures is fine. And this one pings me, so let's take that out. So I don't, yeah. I really need to gain some life, is what I need. So opponent did not play land. Oh, yep. That should do it, right? All he has to do is attack with everything. No, that's not true. So if he attacks with the belligerent whiptail and it doesn't have a landfall trigger, I can block it and trade. But I'm still dead the next turn. Alright. Alright, I need to have... What's the red burn spell in my deck? That's the one. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whew. That was a game I should have won way a long time ago. And I'm 5 minutes behind on the clock. Alright, so we need to do that again, but quicker and better. I don't think there's any reason to sideboard against this guy. Yeah, that seems like a really good hand. One more mountain and we can play everything. Yeah, that's good. Opponent mulligan to 6 and kept, and put the card on bottom. So he's off a color. Alright, our hand just got a lot better. I actually think I will trade with the 2-1 since my curve looks so good at this point. I do need another red. I think opponent's deck is good. There's a lot of low power creatures. I think he should have attacked there. But that's knowing what's in my hand, and he doesn't, so... So if he wants to sit back, we'll just sit back. I hope he's off a color. So far it looks like he could be. He's down to 3 cards. If he is off a color and we can get rid of some of these creatures, I think we are set. Another white. We don't have much choice but to just take this. So choices here include play the familiar, and then next turn Bone Splinters, sacrificing the Zulaport Cutthroat to give it 1/1 and attacking for what, like 6, or I could ping him now and play the Silent Skimmer, which does keep him back pretty well. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we'll just go ahead and ping him. Play a good blocker. Let him go. Well, that's a pretty good draw. So we're on 5 mana. The McKindy Patrol is really his best and only creature right now. So I can... What do I want to do here? So I think we want to go ahead and attack with just the 0/4. And then with... Yeah, we'll just keep developing the board, keep getting flyers out. So far he's got no way to stop him. We have a Death Touch creature. Opponent missed a land drop, so we're getting extremely lucky here. Opponent takes 5. So we do need to play the Mortuary Mire if we want to if we do want to play the Overseer next turn. I feel bad for my opponent. His land has just totally screwed him this game. So we'll go and attack first. Oops, not that one, this one. So we have lethal on board next turn if opponent doesn't play a flyer or do something in the air, or remove, well, you have to remove the Gruul draws Overseer. It's a tough way to win, but I mean, it's happened to me so many times that I can't feel too bad about it.